Hello and welcome finally back to Catch and Cook California. I'm Kevin and I'm back, baby. Today we're doing some poke pulling. Check this one out. Maybe that'll tell you who I'm with. The one and only Fisherman's Life. It's gonna be a good time. We're gonna do a little bit of foraging, maybe grab some mussels. Today's the last day of mussel season. We're gonna do some foraging for edible seaweeds. We're gonna go into the interior. We're gonna go foraging for plants. And we're gonna make up a feast, and it's gonna be amazing. Where have I been? I don't know, I'll tell you in a minute. I'm using the ugly stick today. This is the OG ugly stick. I cut this the other day and then I ended up catching my personal best eel right here. So I'm gonna try it. See if there's another eel in here. Snag. Oh. Maybe not a snag. Well, that was quick. Oh man. Dude, I totally thought that was a snag. And then I'm like, maybe it's a crab. No, that's not a crab. That's a nice size eel. All right, gotta dispatch this thing. Sometimes they'll throw the hook, and I really don't want to lose this guy. Hey man, no skunk. I've already cut his gills though, so he's bleeding out. I think that that's the quickest way to kill these eels. See his heart still beating. With an eel, you can stab it in the brain, you can smack it in the head over and over, like enough force that would kill like a salmon, and it won't do anything to these eels. I think they might have just like a primitive kind of nervous system or something like that. Keeps them from dying easily. So last time I got my personal best eel right here in 15 minutes at a 0.2, which is like not even a low tide. This time, 2 minutes. It's not my personal best, but that's a good size eel.
I just pull out a 4-foot eel.
I believe it, man. That's a good hole there. Tell your buddies. One of the things you'll notice if you do a lot of poke pulling is you're gonna put this into holes, and every once in a while as you're pulling back, it's gonna essentially, I don't know if you can see this, it's gonna bend and kind of open the hook, and it'll also bend the tip a little bit. It can round it out. If that happens, you can resharpen it and bend it back, but if you have another hook and you just want to keep fishing, get rid of this thing, put a new hook on, because the chances are if you do get a bite with this, you're not going to actually retain that fish. So I know it sounds like obvious, but at the same time, sometimes you're just like, oh, I want to keep fishing. You might be missing opportunities right and left because you didn't take the 1 minute to tie on a new one. So I'm going to show you the knot. I call it the knot, the only knot you'll ever need. I caught more fish on this knot than any other knot in my life. Like, I can't tell you how many trout I've caught and lingcod and rockfish, and it's all been on this one knot. And obviously there are knots you can use for a tremendous number of strategies, but this one, if you just learn one, this is the one that I recommend. thanks to Hidden Woodsman for the bag. This thing's sweet. So I'm gonna cut off maybe about, I don't know, 5 inches there. There's something in there, I'm sure, man. All right, here it goes. You just put the line through. Sorry, my hands are all jacked up. They're always jacked up. So you put your line through. You're gonna put your finger on the bend there. I'm actually gonna flip this around. Finger goes in the bend right here, and then we're gonna wrap around 7 times. There's a sharp hook. Now we're gonna take it and we're gonna go through the loop that we just made where that bend was, and then we're gonna go back through this new loop. That, and you want to hold on to that tag end. Now we're going to get a little bit wet and then cinch it down, pull it tight, and it's going to look like that. Now this is a little bit long for a leader, but honestly sometimes I use a shorter one, sometimes I use a longer one, and as you've already seen, I catch eels, so I don't know. Let me know what you think. Some people use snap swivels. I think that's a really good idea, and it's just got a little tiny bit of a leader. But this is how I've been doing it since I was a kid, and I've been catching fish since I was a kid, so I don't know. I don't know if it's better or worse or whatever. Let me know what you think.
Little hole right here.
So you'll see I don't really spend much time in a particular hole here. I'm just gonna put the bait in there. If I don't get a bite, like almost immediately, I'll move it a little bit to the left and right to kind of get a little bit of a sample of that kind of overhang, that cave. And then if I don't get any bites within 20 seconds, I'm over it. I'll move to the next spot. Dude! Oh. Yes!
Oh! Oh, he came off.
No!
Woo, look at that thing. Look at that eel. Oh man, he's not going anywhere on this flat rock. Look at that. Oh! Oh man, from the start when he bit, you know it's a big one. Wow. I mean, we got one eel. I'm going to keep this one and bring him home, but I'm going to keep him alive too because they're so hardy. Look at his tail. Check out this tail.
He got bit by something, huh?
Bit or injured somehow.
Nice catch, dude.
That was the same hole. That was the same hole you got your rockfish in. I mean, nice rock crab. That's a 6-incher. 5 inches, 5.5, 6 inches.
So you can see the crabs blowing bubbles. One of my buddies was like, you know, the cool thing about crabs is they're essentially like scuba divers on land. So his carapace is all full of water and he's got gills in there, but he can breathe out of water for a limited time, kind of like a scuba diver. So we just did a whole segment on edible seaweeds. That'll be on Matt's channel, Fisherman's Life. But I wanted to talk a little bit about terrestrial plants because we're gonna forage some terrestrial plants here to make a salad and a wild pesto and whatnot. This one right here is one of my favorites. This is thimbleberry. Thimbleberry has a leaf that you can make tea out of. It's got a berry flavor. We're gonna actually do some iced tea with that later. And the flower is very distinct of the rose family, same family as apples and things like that. And you can see there's these little immature berries on here. Those little berries right there. And they'll turn vibrant red, like beautiful red, here in a few weeks. And it's kind of like a seedy, tart, absolutely delicious, wonderful texture raspberry. But you could cook them down and make a nice little syrup and put them on ice cream or something like that. Bam. This tree right here, this is Toyon. That's why I'm carrying these. Wanted to show you up close. Toyon is a fruit wood, obviously. It produces fruits, which makes it a hardwood, so it's really good for making tools. And it was traditionally and has been traditionally used to make tools here in California for thousands of years. And what did I want to say about that? Oh yeah, the berries. Berries contain cyanide. The whole plant contains cyanide, which can kill you. But the berries, you can cook the cyanide out of it. And if you cook it long enough, it produces a sort of a tea-like juice. Kind of tastes like cranberry juice. It's really good. So, but you know, obviously it needs to be cooked, or again, cyanide, like that'll kill you. How about that one? This is Mother Nature's toilet paper. No, I'm just kidding. This is poison oak. Red and green with an oily sheen. Leaves of 3, leave it be. If it's thorny or hairy, it's a berry. And all you viewers, beware, that's not toilet paper there. I guess I don't need the neck gaiter if we're in the woods. Very typical strawberry leaf. Looks just like the domestic strawberry. Typical strawberry flower too. You can use the leaf to make tea, either fresh or fully dried. I've heard you shouldn't let it slowly dry. I rarely see the actual strawberry fruit on these, but I'm going to take a look around and see if we can find one. Oh. Oh man. That is the best, most potently strawberry flavor. It's like strawberry jam. This is Achillea mellifolium. This is yarrow. As legend has it, it gets its name from Achilles. He used to crush this plant and put it on the wounds of his soldiers after battle. I wish I had found this like a week ago, because my hand's all jacked up right now. I burned myself. I even burned myself right here inside the oven. You can see the rack, the oven rack mark. Anyway, this stuff has healed me so many times. And all I do is just chew it up a little, put it wherever you need it, and it'll heal you up and no scar. It's amazing stuff. This is one of my favorite plants. So yarrow is definitely one to learn. This patch right here is yerba buena. It has a distinct square stem because it's in the mint family. You can see it kind of looks like mint, and it grows like a creeper on the ground, like a vine but on the ground, and occasionally it'll root from the middle of the vine in different locations. When you crush it, it smells so good. It's very, very aromatic, very much like a mint, and then the flavor in a tea is kind of earthy and minty at the same time. So we're going to put some of this in the iced tea, and you know, the Ohlone definitely have their own name for the San Francisco area, but the original Spanish name for San Francisco was yerba buena, good herb. One more key species for our tea. This one right here is pineapple weed. It's also known as wild chamomile. This stuff you've probably stepped on a million times if you live in California. It grows out of every city sidewalk crack. It loves disturbed soil. And if you crush it, especially these little tops, and you smell it, it is amazing. It smells like pineapple. I mean, like very, very potent pineapple. It's such an amazing aroma. But yeah, it's wild chamomile. Now, if you have a chamomile allergy, you should probably avoid this. Most people don't, but some people go into anaphylactic shock if they have chamomile. Personally, I drink chamomile tea all the time. It's a mild sedative, so, you know, if you've got a real stressful day or whatever, have some of that, you go right to sleep. It's nice. But in any case, I dried some of this, and I'm going to add that to our tea. Matt's and I just came down to this oasis down here. It's a nice little riparian forest. and it's loaded with edible, medicinal, and useful plants. Everything is just so alive and vibrant. We're not going to spend a tremendous amount of time here because we got to cook eventually, but I'm going to do a follow-up video specifically here talking about as many plants as I can find. And really, down here you can take like 2 steps and there's a new plant that's edible, or 2 steps there's one that's useful, or whatever. So I just want to talk about a few of them real quickly, and we're going to gather a couple and then we're going to go cook some delicious stuff. This one right here is watercress. It is spicy, it's in the mustard family, it's pretty good. The one thing I will say is watercress likes to live in slow-moving water, and sometimes it'll live downstream from like cattle or something like that. And people eat watercress raw when they buy it commercially, but if you're foraging it, you need to be very, very careful about the water quality that you're harvesting from, because if you eat it fresh and it's poor quality water, you can get things like liver flukes, and we don't want that. So we could totally pick some of this and cook it, and that would be fine, but I wouldn't eat it raw without knowing exactly what's going on upstream. It's up to you, man. Matt's is like, nah, we're good. That's what I'm thinking. Okay, so let's look at some other ones. These are all in the mustard family. This is wild radish. Super tasty. Kind of tastes very similar to this one in the back that we're about to go look at. This is nasturtium. We're gonna grab some of these and we're gonna put them in our salad because it's gonna be super pretty and delicious. But this is what we're really here for. This is the wild 3-cornered leek. It's a non-native species of sort of garlicky, kind of oniony plant in the allium family. And it's not supposed to be here, and it's everywhere. This is also not supposed to be here, and it's everywhere. So we're gonna harvest it and we're gonna cook some deliciousness with it. It'll actually work. Alrighty folks, what we're after, it's called a 3-cornered leek because the stem, I'm gonna put these in this bag, the stem has a cross section that is a triangle, 3 corners. The blossoms, get one that's open, have green stripes down the middle of each of those little petals, and it smells amazingly oniony. It's not native, so pick it to your heart's content, and we're gonna try and make some pesto dipping sauce or something delicious out of it. We also need some stinging nettle right here. It's delicious. You gotta blanch it, but it's delicious.
Nice.
Yeah.
The pine stands out to me.
The pine does the yerba buena too.
I don't think I've ever had yerba buena. I want you to try these pork rind eels.
Oh yeah.
So
I think I got to try one without any sauce, right?
yeah, let's do it.
Dude, that's hella good.
It's really good, right?
That's super good.
Yeah.
Dude, the eel's good too, like the texture and everything.
The pieces I got were cold, but still good.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it's not piping hot, but you know, that's like cooking outdoors, you know?
Yeah, what can you do? Now I really want to try this. So this is butter infused with
rosemary.
rosemary. All right.
Super simple.
And these crispy pork rinds are the perfect medium to hold that butter. Oh man.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. It's like a calorie overload, but man, that's good.
Oh, that's perfect. I'm going to drink this afterwards.
All right, I want to try the pesto sauce on here too. It might be overpowering, but we'll see. Never tried to make it before.
Yeah, let's do that. There's the pesto.
It's actually really subtle.
Yeah. I'm gonna get a glob, and put it right on top.
Yeah, you'll taste that. Yeah, that's good.
That was good. Really, really good.
Yeah, it's like I'm just eating the sauce right now. You get definitely a garlicky kind of flavor coming through.
Yeah, and it feels so healthy.
Yeah. And it's invasive, so we should be eating it. Oh, I think I left you guys by saying that I was going to tell you where I've been. And then I'm like, oh, let me linger. All I've been doing is just trying to finish my PhD. I've been working really, really hard on it. And I'm finally to the point where I've got edits back and I see the light at the end of the tunnel. So instead of Kev, I'll be Dr. Kev. And hoping to come back strong ASAP so that we can start doing more of this stuff. So, oh yeah, and I'm thinking about guiding. I don't know, what do you guys think about this?
Well, guiding what? Guiding what?
Guiding foraging, plant identification, fishing, coastal foraging, clamming. I don't know. Like, you know, the stuff we do on the channel.
I think it's a great idea.
Yeah, all right. I mean, you know, right now I'm a teacher. Like I'm a lecturer at the university, and I like teaching, and I kind of feel like that's what this channel is all about, is like teaching people how to safely and effectively and sustainably access delicious food in wonderful places with great people. So, I don't know, guiding sounds like it would be a lot of fun.
Dude, I didn't even try the salad. The salad is amazing.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Dude.
The salad is amazing.
I completely forgot about the salad.
The seaweed salad with daikon, carrots. What type of seaweed is this one?
That's wakame.
Wakame.
And you can
That's
see
the
that
thin one, the super thin one.
Well, it's the one with the rib down the middle of the blade.
Oh, yeah.
And
the first one.
Yeah, my favorite one. And you can see that it's green, even though the one that we harvested was brown. And that's because I dried it and then rehydrated it. It turns green. It's the weirdest thing.
Dried it. And did you strip it the middle? Did you strip that hot?
I took the middle out, and I heard you can eat the middle, like pickle it or something, but I just figured it was probably going to be a little tough to chew, so.
And you just did a sesame oil sauce?
Yeah, so it's sesame oil,
sesame seeds,
soy sauce, rice vinegar, sesame seeds that you roast, so it gets a little bit more of that, you know, kind of toasted nut taste.
Oh man!
And it's pretty simple.
Yeah, this is one of the best salads that I've ever had. Usually, I don't like salads really. Like my salads are avocado, some lettuce, and spinach, and some, you know. But whenever I've had the seaweed stuff, it makes me gag. Like the stuff you get from the store, it's like long strands, thin, chewy. But this with the sesame oil, I think that really adds it complements the seaweed really well.
Well, I'm glad that worked out. I want to try the balsamic one. I think I overdressed it a little bit, dude, but whatever.
What?
The balsamic one, the miner's lettuce salad.
Oh, okay. That's a different seasoning?
That'll be more like Western European style. I think it's good. I like the macadamia nut too. It's a nice addition.
It's a nice little crunch. Tell me again, what's the dressing for that one?
So it's balsamic vinegar, olive oil, a little bit of garlic, a little bit of lemon, a little bit of mustard. It's like my mom used to make it growing up.
This is miner's lettuce? That's it?
Miner's lettuce, yep. And then some tomato and some avocado and a little bit of onion.
Dude, yeah.
I'm gonna eat this flour now because it's spicy.
Is it spicy? The first bite tastes like a flower.
Yeah, the floral came through. Usually it's like very radishy, but this one was much more floral. Wow, Wow. Cool.
Oh man, I think we're gonna kill this.
Oh yeah. I think we already did, man. Yeah, I gotta make this for my buddy Alex. He's always talking about pork rinds. He's always talking about them. And so when you mentioned this, I was like, oh yeah, Alex is gonna like this video.
Nice. Yeah, really amazing meal right here.
Yeah, man, it came together, especially since like we never tried this stuff.
Exactly. Yeah.
All right, guys, we're gonna keep eating until we're completely satisfied. We still got crab, mussels, clams, but I'm glad to be back. Thanks to everybody who's been checking in on us and you know, leaving comments like, hey, we're looking forward to the next video. I appreciate that. It was kind of nice, like when I was nose buried in a book for months on end, to get an occasional comment like that just reminded me, like, I don't know, the appreciation for what it is that we do. So until next time, keep the old ways alive. And here's your outtakes. See what I mean? 3 points of contact. I'm ignoring my own rules. I'm just gonna sit down for a little while. This YouTube thing, man. I gotta get on it. Over here, like, not even recording. I mean, that's what I do, right? Like, I'm not gonna watch TV. I'm just gonna go on YouTube and watch my buddies go fish when I'm stuck at home studying. I think I have to hold it down.